Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. That's a day in my life. I know it's been a while. This video was taken few days back, even before my living room makeover, so probably you won't be seeing those changes in this video. It took some time for editing. Anyway, today's video is a similar kind. Prepared some of my kids' favorite dishes for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It was their exams and just wanted to make something special for them after that. Hope you would like it. Keep watching. Some early preparations so that the next day is much easier. I'm making a pineapple dish which we usually eat as a side dish with rice for lunch. It tastes much better when prepared on the previous day. So for that I'm using half of a small pineapple. Cut it into small pieces. Add it into a pressure cooker. To this add 3/4 tablespoon of red chili powder, half to 1 teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon salt. I'm using rock salt here, you can use any. 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now this is a sweet, salty, tangy flavored dish. Some water, say around 1/4 cup. Mix well. Cover and cook in medium flame for 5 to 6 whistles. I had already taken out the coconut from the freezer around half an hour back. I had made this dish without coconut too. For me that tasted better. Just trying out today with coconut. Here I am taking half to 3/4 cup of coconut, 3 green chilies, 1 teaspoon mustard seeds, this is optional, 1 teaspoon cumin seeds, very less water and grind to a very fine paste. Next day dinner included tandoori chicken, so for that I'm marinating the chicken the previous night, which is really good for getting best taste in the tandoori chicken. I'm using 8 large pieces of 2 kilo chicken, so that's the chicken was cut into 4 pieces each one. Give slits on the chicken pieces so that the marination is well done. Squeezing juice of 1 large lemon. Two tablespoons of Kashmiri red chili powder. This is for the color too. You can use 1.5 tablespoon of normal red chili powder instead. 1 tablespoon salt. Again I'm using rock salt here. You can go for any. Rub it well over the chicken pieces. Cover and place it in the refrigerator for at least 15 minutes. The pineapple is cooked. Add the coconut paste into it. Some water. Check the taste, add salt and sugar if needed. Now keep it on low flame and let the coconut get cooked. Meanwhile, take 2 to 3 tablespoons of thick curd. Just beat it so that there's no lumps. Add the curd to the pineapple and mix well. Let it boil for 2 minutes and then take it off. Time for the seasoning. Heating some coconut oil, that's the authentic oil used. Splutter a teaspoon of mustard seeds. I didn't have curry leaves with me, but please add it, it adds flavor. Then goes in red chilies. I off the flame already. I'm keeping it aside right now and I'll be keeping it in the fridge the next day morning. Now that's for the chicken marinade. A bunch of coriander leaves and a handful of mint leaves. 1 whole garlic or 7 to 8 cloves. A medium sized ginger. Add everything into a blender and make it a paste. Now into a bowl, adding around 1 cup yogurt or curd. Then goes in the grinded paste. 1 teaspoon Kashmiri red chili powder. 1 teaspoon turmeric powder. 1 tablespoon chaat masala. Half tablespoon cumin powder. 1 teaspoon coriander powder. Half teaspoon of garam masala powder. 1 tablespoon dried methi or dried fenugreek leaves. Crush it between your palms and add it. Mix everything very well. I forgot to add this earlier, that's gram flour or besan, around half cup, and this is for binding the masala well onto the chicken. Check salt and add if needed. Refrigerate till next day till use. Morning for breakfast, it's NEER dosa or appam that we call, soaking the white rice overnight. Now that's all for the pre-preparations. Now for lunch I'm making prawn roast, so took out the prawns in the morning itself so that the ice melt. This is almost 1 kilo prawns. Breakfast curry was white egg curry or Malai egg curry. So boiling eggs for 8 to 10 minutes, that's 1 egg for each of us. Adding some salt so that it doesn't spread in case it breaks while boiling. Grinding the soaked white rice for NEER dosa. The eggs are ready now. Sometimes I don't get the appam from the iron tawa very easily, so spreading oil with onion helps a lot. Usually on weekends, I make sure kids get a shower in the morning before breakfast. Now that's for the egg curry. 2 small onions, or you can go for 1 medium size. A few cloves of garlic, a small piece of ginger, and 4 to 5 green chilies. Now add onion and green chilies into a blender. Do not add more onions, it would really have that sweet taste of the onion. Grind it. Heat a kadai, add some ghee or oil. Then add the onion paste and let it get sauteed very well. I am freshly grating the ginger and garlic. You can grind it, it's up to you. Mix well till the raw smell goes. Add 1 tablespoon of coriander powder and half teaspoon of black pepper powder. Mix well. After a minute, add a cup of milk and mix well. Some salt. Now into a grinder, adding a handful of cashews. Add some water and grind to a paste. You don't have to soak cashews, you can straight away grind it. Let it boil for 3 to 4 minutes and add boiled eggs that's cut into halves. Add 1 or 2 tablespoons of ghee for extra taste and flavor. Add some boiling water to loosen the curry. Finally, add some chopped coriander leaves and mix again. Now that's my husband preparing tea. As exams were over, I allowed the kids to play games for that weekend. That was the only left from the curry. Water was kept for boiling for cooking rice. Now this is punni rice. We use this rice nowadays for lunch. Just washing and keeping it ready. Meanwhile, cleaning the prawns, that takes a lot of time. Rice is cooked and ready to drain. Now we call this one pair. It's actually called red cow beans. My kids love this, especially Arman, and it's healthy too. Soaking it in water. Now that's tamarind. Add some hot water to get the pulp easily. Now for the vegetable curry for the rice, I'm adding around half to 3/4 cup of tur dal into a pressure cooker and washing it. Then to this you can add any vegetables. Here I'm taking 1 onion, 1 carrot, 1 tomato and 3 green chilies. Add everything to the dal. A teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 tablespoon coriander powder, some hot water and cook for just 1 whistle on medium flame. Adding around 1 cup or 4 to 5 tablespoons of coconut into the grinder. 1 shallot, 1 teaspoon cumin seeds, some warm water and grind well. Now keep it aside. Now to marinate the prawns, in a bowl add 1 or 2 tablespoons of Kashmiri red chili powder, 1 teaspoon turmeric powder, half teaspoon fennel seed powder, 1 teaspoon garlic powder and half teaspoon ginger powder. Now instead of this you can use fresh ginger garlic paste 1 teaspoon each, 1 teaspoon gram flour or besan, 1 tablespoon rice flour, half teaspoon black pepper powder, some salt and mix. Then to this I am adding 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Add some water and make a paste. Now add the prawns and let it coat well. These are for the roast. Around 8 to 9 shallots, 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, a small piece of ginger and 2 to 3 green chilies. Slice everything. You can grind or crush the ginger and garlic. I am chopping it fine. Slit the green chilies. The dal and the vegetables are cooked. I am transferring to a clay pot. Add tamarind pulp around 1 cup. Now let it boil. That's the red beans, adding into a pressure cooker. Then add enough hot water. Then some salt. Cook for 6 to 7 whistles in medium flame. Heating coconut oil in a kadai. That's the coconut grinded earlier, adding to the dal, and let it boil for 3 to 4 minutes. Lightly frying the prawns till it changes color. Take out the prawns. To the same oil, add the ginger and garlic and saute well. Then add the shallots and green chilies. Now if you feel there's less oil, you can add more oil, but instead you can add little water as well and saute very well. Then add 1 large tomato chopped. Cover and let the tomatoes go really soft. Seasoning the curry. Heating some coconut oil. I off the flame as oil was well heated. 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds and dried red chilies. Add to the curry and mix. The tomato is well cooked. Now add the prawns. Roast well till the water in it is a little dried up. Rihan is all happy seeing the prawns. It's ready now. There is little water in the red beans. Keep on high flame so that the water dries little. Chop one small onion. This is for seasoning the red beans. Heating some coconut oil. Add the chopped onion. Saute well. Then to this add 1 tablespoon of red chili powder and mix well. Then add the red beans and mix for 3 to 4 minutes and it's ready. That's a pineapple dish I took from the fridge, just a mix. Rehan thought the camera wasn't there. Then later in the evening, Rehan had his badminton coaching, so we all got out for dropping him. Time for a coffee. My husband was going for playing too, so packing a sandwich for Rehan to send along with him. I'm adding some prawn roast as the filling for the sandwich. Taking out the chicken from the fridge. Now for dinner, I had planned to make hummus, that's with the chickpeas, but I completely forgot to soak the chickpeas. So I went for an experiment and it did go really well. I wasn't sure about the result, but it was really good. I used the red beans that I had made for lunch in place of the chickpeas. Added it to a blender along with tahina, which is basically sesame seeds paste. Many have been asking the recipe for this. I haven't tried making it so far at home. Shall try soon. You will need tahina around 1/4 cup for almost 1 cup of red beans. Just a glug of vinegar, 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 cloves of garlic, some water and grind. It doesn't have to be a fine paste. Having the chunks of that beans give a good texture and crunch to the hummus. Add more olive oil on top to get an authentic taste. Now for the dessert, I'm making a sweet with bread. It's almost like an Arabic sweet, kunafa. Instead of the dough for the kunafa, I'm using bread. Firstly, grinding some pistachios, around half cup. You can go for any nuts like cashews or walnuts if you don't have the pistachios. It should be little in a powder form but still crunchy. Now I had fresh cream and thick cream in the fridge, so I'm using both. Fresh cream is a little looser than the thick cream. You can use either one, around 2 cups. Add it into a bowl. Then add 1 or 2 tablespoons of the crushed pistachios to the cream and mix. Now make breadcrumbs from around 10 to 15 breads or more depending on how thick you want the bread layer. That's butter. In very low flame, melt it. Add the breadcrumbs to a mixing bowl. Now let's preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. Just keep it for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, add the melted butter to the bread and crumble together till the butter is well blended in the breadcrumbs. Line a baking tray with baking paper. Put half of the bread mixture as a bottom layer. Just spread it evenly and just slightly press it. Then add the cream. Put dollops everywhere so that it's easy to spread evenly. Then spread rest of the bread on top and lightly press it. Bake for 20 minutes. Now for the sugar syrup, half cup of sugar, half cup water, a squeeze of quarter piece of a lemon. Now this is kevra water. You can use rose essence if you don't have this, or just simply skip these. These are for flavors. Add a teaspoon.
Do this to me.
Wait, there's an override switch in Chase's house.
The bread is ready. Let it cool down little but not completely. The sugar syrup has to be sticky, that's all. Now for the tandoori chicken, I'm turning the temperature to maximum to 260 degrees Celsius. Lining a tray with aluminium foil to keep under the rack where I'll be placing the chicken pieces so that it's easy to clean later. Just a mix and place everything on the rack and grill for 1 hour. The bread is ready to flip over. Just separate it from the sides first. Pour the warm sugar syrup on top. Garnish with pistachios. You can have it hot or chilled. After 30 minutes of grilling, spread some oil or ghee on top of each chicken pieces. Turn to the other side and some more ghee or oil on this side. slicing some vegetables for dipping in the hummus. As they were getting fresh, I quickly made a green chutney for the tandoori chicken, adding some coriander leaves and mint leaves in equal quantities into a blender, 3 green chilies, small piece of ginger, 2 tablespoons of curd, and then grind well. I wanted it to be thick, so I added a big spoon of curd again and mixed well. Add salt. The tandoori chicken is ready and it's time for dinner. That's kubus. And that ends today's video. Hope you liked it. Do try out these recipes and I would love to hear your feedback with pictures if possible. See you soon with another video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.